here, finally back. This time with my review of mixed juice. Yay! I finally got into the right mindset to listen to the entire mixed juice album, all three editions of it. And as usual, if you've seen my previous videos, I have a lot of thoughts about certain songs, especially those favorites of mine. I might also be referencing some information that I was able to glean either from watching the making of videos or the information that I have gleaned from like tweets or the internet. So for mixed juice, what makes this slightly different from Rainbow and Double Trouble, which were their two preceding albums, is that it has more of a pop feel compared to Rainbow and Double Trouble, which had more of like a more um cohesive concept to it. For example, Double Troup's like a little more gritty. For Rain was like just a little like more inspirational, I guess, or cool. So for this one, they wanted to like go back to their roots and have more like catchy, lively songs. They also wanted apparently to like have some like a throwback to older types of music. So what's nice about mixed juice is that it really lives up to its name, like mixed juice, wherein you have songs that are varying genres, and yet again, it is another testament to how West is able to play different characters and suit different songs. They're able to adjust their vocal color to suit the genre of the songs that were either made for them or that they themselves made. So let me just give a rundown of my thoughts for all of the songs. So this video is gonna be lengthy, but I hope it's gonna be a worthwhile watch for you. So let's go. So for the first part is the mixed juice song itself. Again, Jazz Park is such a genius that they were able to create yet something very different from their previous offerings for West. Rainbow Chaser was made by Jazz and Park. So Double Trouble was also made by Jazz and Park. So it's really having Jazz and Park work on the lead songs for West's albums and yet having different styles for each of the songs is just a testament to their genius. Mixed Juice is really like pop as pop can be. If you've seen the music video, it's very colorful. The concept is quite interesting. It's about two different kinds of like Johnny's West competing to make mixed juice. Literally like mixed juice. It's very catchy. One other interesting thing about mixed juice is that apparently the title was conceptualized because instead or rather West wanted initially to still integrate the letter W in their album name because that's how it has been for the previous albums. Rainbow, which ends with a W, Double Trouble, of course, which starts with a W, and going, you try to count back. There's gonna be a W somewhere, and then they just tried to think outside the box, and then they ended up having mixed juice because M is a reverse W. So that's kind of genius for me. Next one would be on the checklist would be something new. I think I've mentioned this in my review. I can't remember if I made a review for something new, but listening to this song always cheers me up because I love the integration of the bass and the percussion throughout the song. And I know Aimyon, who is a genius in her own right, wrote this as a wedding song. I want this played on my wedding day if I get married. I like to point out that I love how they put Shige to open that like the last chorus with a solo light. So way to go. That still makes me swoon each and every time I listen to it. So next one would be Shiran Kedo. Now this song is a song that I will never fully understand. Even if I have been learning Japanese for quite a while already, and thanks to Wes, I've been getting more and more acquainted with the Kansai dialect. I don't think even with translations I can quite understand the mood of this song. But with that said, I think it is a stroke of genius to have this song sleep for 3 or 4 years and then suddenly bring it out in an album such as Mixed Juice. It was the perfect timing for them to put out this song. Um, it really like turns the whole concept of tonkichi kind of songs like up on its head, because when you think tonkichi, or these kind of like funny songs, you think, oh, the arrangement has to be funny as well. The lyrics, because the lyrics don't make sense, the arrangement shouldn't kind of make sense as well. So if you know like West's previous Tonkichi songs, like um Osaka Learning and um was that Tonton, the one with Tonton dance. Those are very interesting Tonkichi songs, but they're very typical Tonkichi songs. Shiankedo plays on the whole, oh, the music is cool, but the lyrics don't make sense. It really tries to make that contrast work. And because it's Johnny West, they make it work. I don't know how they did, but they made it work. And what's interesting to me is that the non-Japanese jazzers I follow on Twitter, not all of them like warmed up to the autotune immediately, but I personally think that the autotune lends more credence to the song in the sense that it without the autotune, like I get why um autotune wouldn't make West's vocals shine as they should, but I think that's what this song wanted to convey in the first place, because the autotune doesn't take away how good West's vocals are, but with the kind of vibe that they wanted to do for Shiran Kiddo, I think it was very fitting. And I like how they just like spent all like production money to make a video for this song. Like it's just a stroke of genius, I swear. Okay, so next one after Shiran Kedo, the tracks proceed to Kido Airaku. This track is it's not one of my favorites, but it's not a bad track at all. What I like about this song is that the vocals of West are appropriate for the mood, which is like kind of like rock. It's kind of like veering a bit toward heavy rock. I'm not normally a fan of West, like almost screaming, or rather having their voice like strained like very loudly, but it fits with the vibe of Kido Airaku. Next one is Raisin, made by Watsi. What I really like about Raisin is the vocal mixing. Like, bar none. I think of all the tracks in this album, this track makes West's vocals shine the brightest. I was not expecting this because it's not quite like Special Love from Double Trouble, wherein if you listen to Special Love, made by Gospelers, which is an a cappella group, um it really was a track that was spent to um make West's vocals prominent. It gives the listener a chance to appreciate West's vocals in the almost its rawest form, and the arrangement is quite minimalistic. With Raisin is not quite like that, but at the same time, I was really impressed. The track was so clean, and the arrangement, although not as minimalist as Special Love, it really just makes you appreciate how much how Johnny's West is just good at singing. One thing to highlight in this song is the bridge sung by Hamachan and Hamachan alone. Like that solo, please give Hamada Takahiro more solo parts. Please, for the love of God. I am begging you. Please do that. Um it's just so good. This song like really highlights, in particular, Hamachan's vocals, but it highlights the vocals of everybody actually. So it's easily one of my favorite tracks of the album. And what I like is that apparently Wachi sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name properly, but they did a lot of research about JWEST for this song. So I think it really shines through when you listen to the song. This will probably be on repeat in my player for like the longest time. I don't know, but yes, definitely, definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album. So yeah, I don't think I'll stop gushing about Raisin. Okay. So next part, going to the next like song that is available on all editions is Anything Goes. I am very torn about Anything Goes. It isn't a bad song. It isn't. It's just that and I think this is a deliberate choice of the composers. It is very early 90s American hip hop. There's no other way to go about it. Like with the progression, with how they rap, with the lyrics especially, it's really like I guess a tribute, I guess, to early 90s American hip hop. Um it's not a favorite, unfortunately. Not bad, but not a favorite. Not a skip song. I think I might need to be in a certain mood before I listen to it, but it's not a bad song. Right. Next one would be Born to Be Wild. It's how do I say this? It's not my cup of tea, but I am liking the beats of this song. But it's not exactly my cup of tea. Not a bad song at all, just not my cup of tea, so it's a skip for me. This one, next one is Blue Moon. This was a surprise. It the first time I listened to it, it made me think of a lullaby. In a very good way. It's something that I would want to listen to before I go to sleep, and the lyrics apparently are kind of suited for that as well. I want JWEST to do more songs like this. It makes good use of their high pitch in such a way that doesn't make me scared about live performances, because normally sometimes the leap between two notes is too vast for me that I'm personally scared. Like even if I have confidence in West's vocal abilities, of course there will be times that whether by nerves or by fatigue or something else, the pitch won't be quite right. And some of their songs unfortunately give me that feeling. But for this one, I think the progression of high notes was done quite well to the point that I won't be too scared hearing them sing this live, or I won't be too nervous rather hearing them sing this live. What's interesting about this song is how high do you say goes, because normally do you say has the low tone for most songs, but she had a very high tone for this one. So it would be interesting to see how this will translate in concert. So a favorite, something to look forward to when we are able to watch the concert on Blu-ray. Okay, so for the next one, back to the songs available in all editions. There's the Sumushikane, which is their theme song for one of their variety shows, the Real Totsues. Um, I I was a bit when I first heard this song when it was released as a single, I didn't warm up to it that much. But one thing I could say for sure, it's also rock, but I like it better than Kido Ayuraku. Again, matter of preference. Definitely not a skip. Possibly on repeat for some days. So there. Um, Reme is the next song in the list, and there's just this part in the song. I think it's a bridge wherein the you say slow tone has too much. It's too synthesized, and if not for that part, this would be, I think, for me a perfect song. Although there are also parts wherein, I think it's the last chorus wherein they jump too high again. The melody is such that they jump to the jump between one note to the next was is a little too high. But the performances I've seen of this song aren't too bad. So they're able to manage, Wes is able to manage that, which is good. It really goes to show how much they've grown as vocalists. So that's a relief always to note. Yeah. And then next one would be Dekkai Ai. Um I didn't get to make a review for Dekkai Ai. And I understand that this song is significant as a the theme song for Shige's drama. People know how much I love Shige, but this song for me, it really is better as part of an album rather than as a side. It doesn't quite have that punch or that power that some of West's other A sides have. It's not a bad song at all. It's quite difficult to sing actually. So kudos especially to Shige who has to make that key shift, especially with the bridge until the last chorus. That's very hard to pull off. But as a song, I guess because it's more marketed towards the general public as a theme song for a drama, for me it's a good inclusion to the Mixtures album. But as a single, I wasn't really like fond of it. So um and I think that it lends credence to why this isn't actually the last song on any of the editions, because the last song is Tsubasa, again, another masterpiece by Yanagisawa Ryota of Super Fever. It made me want to cry so much. There's something about Yanagisawa Ryota songs for West that really tugs at the heartstrings. It's very like a band arrangement and something that you would really want to hear live. But there's like this undercurrent of emotion. There's always that power, and it always like bam, like it just hits you so much. Vocals, lyrics, the range is all A plus. It's really a great ender to the album. So regardless of what edition you have bought or you will buy, Subasa will be the last song, and I guarantee it's really gonna make you like feel things. Okay, so those are the songs for the available in all editions. So there are 6 songs spread across 3 editions that are only exclusive for those specific editions. So first one, for the limited edition A, there's C'est La Vie. It's a good dance song. What I like about this, despite it being a very like club dance song, whatever, it doesn't overpower their vocals. For example, Push from Rainbow. What I like listening to Push because it's very danceable. But what I didn't like about Push is that the synth doesn't give their vocals doesn't give justice to their vocals. So what Say That We does right, for me at least, is that you can clearly hear their voices. Of course, there's some synth because to suit the arrangement, but it's not overly synthesized. So you can hear what they're saying properly. You can hear their vocals. You can appreciate their vocals despite the very like clubby arrangements. The other song in limited edition A is Doryokusho or Consolation Prize. It's made by Shudo, who created the very popular song by Ado Usewa. Um what I like about this song, it gives me like the same energy as I Know Dore. At least while listening to the song, I like the arrangement. I like how playful the arrangement is, but the lyrics are also quite serious. I guess that's where the similarity with I Know Dore is. It's there's also parts where West's vocals go quite loud, but again, it's just the vibe of the song. So yes, I am in favor of that. So next one, for the limited edition B, they have unit songs. So they were divided into two units for this album. The first unit is composed of Junta Kami-chan, Ryusei, and Non-chan. They sang the song Plan B, which is one, the lyrics are mostly like 90% or so in English. And two, it's a very club song. And unfortunately, it's a skip song for me. Much like Born to Be Wild, I'm not a fan of the lyrics. I think West tried their best to pull this off. Unfortunately, because of how the song is arranged, one, I can barely understand what they're saying. And it's not definitely not because the song is mostly in English. It's not that. Because when you read the lyrics while listening to the song, you will be able to discern what they're saying. But that's the thing. Even for the Japanese parts, you have to read the lyrics to understand what they're saying. Which I think for me, I don't know if it's because I'm a non-native Japanese speaker, but I mean, even for the English parts, which they're not bad at it at all. And I like West because they try their best to sing in English, but for some reason this song just doesn't highlight how good they can be in speaking English. Unlike, for example, in the previous album you have Milei's Paradise, which is all in English. That was good. Like it highlighted their vocals well. This one, it just falls short. Like, unfortunately, even the arrangement doesn't give justice to their vocals. So it just falls short. So unfortunately, even if I know how hard the four members of Johnny Just worked hard at this, it's a unfortunately a skip song for me. So moving on, the other unit composed of Shige, Akito, and Hama-chan sang Jonetsu, which is made by the Inazuma Sentai. Um, this is easily the superior of the unit songs. The arrangement lends credence to how amazing the vocals of Akito, Shige, and Hama-chan are. I didn't think their vocals would work quite well, but with each other, I mean, but yes, they do. I guess it's how simple the arrangement is, and yet, it really just highlights how good the vocals of Hama-chan, Akito, and Shige are. So, Inazuma Sentai actually also wrote lyrics for Sexy Zones' Pheromone and ABC's Burn Heart. They've also done arrangements for some Kanchani 8 songs. So, yeah, it's not surprising that considering how Kanjani 8's songs are like more rock-ish, it's not surprising that the kind of arrangement that Shonetsu has is close to that. And again, it really just suits the voices of Akito Hama-chan and Shige well. So there. So the last one is the regular edition, which features two songs made by the resident songwriters composers of West. So first is Contrails, written by Kami-chan. As expected of Kami-chan, it's a rock song. What I like about Kami-chan's songs, he always has a lot to say. Like from his compositions, at least on the top of my head, I I can't recall him like repeating a chorus or a verse. Each verse, even if it's the same melody, has a different set of lyrics. So um it really just for me it shows how much he wants to convey with the songs that he makes. And he's a genius songwriter because of that, I think. So um what I like about the arrangement, again, it's very anime ish, or rather it can be something I can see it being included in an anime soundtrack. um what I also like about this song, it's I think the first song which has Kami-chan's name in the arranger credits. So he shares arranger credits with someone else, and he's secondary arranger But I am looking forward to the day that we have a song that is fully written, composed and arranged by Kami-chan. Maybe in the next album, I don't know. So yeah, but a worthy listen, definitely something that will also be on repeat for the days to come. Last song for this entire like album and all three editions is Shigeo Jane. Um the arrangement for this is quite simple. I guess mostly a piano arrangement. Um, what I think what's interesting about this song is that it's not easy to interpret. Like again, I don't know if it's because I am not a Japanese speaker. I can understand things, but not like if you're gonna be go all poetic on me, it'll take me a longer time to figure out. And that's exactly the kind of song that Shige has. So I've listened to it like on three different occasions, and even looking at the lyrics, I'm still a bit stumped. But I think again the beauty of how Shige makes songs is that even if I don't understand the lyrics like fully yet, it really leaves me with that feeling of like parting. So it leaves me like on a sad note always when I listen to it, especially that last part, those ending notes in the piano, like oh god. Um yeah. I need to listen to this song more to like I think to like fully into what it actually means or fully into the mood of the song. But yes, Shige. Yes. I will study more Japanese to be able to understand your songs. It's a promise. Hopefully, by the next time you release something new, I'll be able to interpret it more straightforwardly. Yeah. So yeah, I spoke a lot, but I really have a lot of feelings for this album. Still a worthy purchase, even with the skips and the uncertainty of some songs here and there. What I essentially like about this album is that West really isn't afraid to go more experimental and to try genres that aren't their usual. So imagine from having more pop or bright songs in the earlier albums and then suddenly having going more cool and then suddenly going back to a pop but with a cooler twist. I don't know. It's really a testament to how they are growing as performers and as idols. So I really appreciate that. I hope I'll be able to see them perform someday. This album just made me realize how much I really appreciate West for their talents and for their humor as well, especially after watching the making of videos. So yeah, that's it for me. In my next video, I'll probably throw in a few thoughts about how the marketing process for mixed juice was something I appreciated, and also some things that I wish they would have done regarding the marketing. But until then, if you've liked this video, please click the like button. Please also subscribe to my channel for more Johnny's West and J Culture content. But until my next video, I'll see you then. Bye bye.